What are the latest trends in entrepreneurship and how can you apply them to your business? Should you go for an AI startup like everyone else does? Can you still build a brick and mortar store, or should you go for a platform where you just monetize on people making transactions? Hi, my name is Oggy Vasilev. I make videos like this to help people build and grow a business and themselves consecutively. And I spent more than a decade at leading companies such as Accenture, the Boston Consulting Group, and Salesforce. In the meantime, I'm mentoring future leaders at incubators such as the one from Harvard Business School, Technical University of Munich, and also incubators back in my home country, Bulgaria. Today I want to talk about some trends. I think when we talk about entrepreneurship, there is definitely one place where everyone's looking what's happening. All the investors are there, or everyone's looking what's coming out of it, and that's definitely the Harvard Business School. I had the honor, as I'm a mentor there at the incubator, I had the honor to visit the last demo day. And what I've prepared here is a short analysis of what's happening, what are the latest trends, and then we're going to talk about how you can apply that to your business. Because the most important thing is not only that you know the trends, but you also there that you have some knowledge that you can really apply. So when it comes to doing a business, there are multiple ways you can go about it. For example, imagine you're really passionate about coffee, but you're also passionate about zero waste. So for example, you can start working on creating your own chain of zero waste cafes where people really still enjoy the coffee, but kind of nothing gets thrown out, right? That's amazing. There are other people who take a different approach to entrepreneurship. So, for example, they'll be scouting different trends. They'll be looking what's the next. They'll be trying to anticipate the trend, and they'll be going for business that they know that will be in an industry that's going to grow, that's going to be even more popular, and they can maximize return on investments and also their own benefits. There is no right or wrong approach. You can take whatever approach you want. It will all depend on what you want to achieve. If you want to work rather for maximizing financial results, if you want to maximize rather like working on a cause, feeding, supporting some social cause, solving some problems for society, and so on. Again, I think it's always useful to know where the industry is going to and where some of the leading entrepreneurs are looking into. So I'll leave you with the video, have a look at it, and later we're going to summarize a little bit. I apologize for the voice. I really wanted to make it as authentic as possible, so there might be some noises. You will see very strong wind and so on. I really wanted to get you a little bit of the flavor of the HBS and what it feels like to be there. So see you in a bit.
Hi, everyone. I'm here at the Harvard Business School, and over the last couple of days, we've been working with some entrepreneurs and growing and building their businesses. And I wanted to share with you some of my main insights and learnings from this journey. First of all, if you look into the different types and levels of ambition, I can tell you that there are founders that are going into the AI as a trend. I think out of 14 B2B startups, at least 11 were looking into AI and how they can leverage it for different purposes. But still, that doesn't mean that it's a must. There were also many other businesses that will look into, for example, export of hibiscus from Nigeria, or installing and operating water heating systems and so on, right? So kind of not necessarily, it doesn't have to be AI. But one thing that was really uniting all the entrepreneurs was the level of ambition. Each of them was going after a huge market segment and was really determined to go get it, kind of. Then second observation here is tackling real life problems, so real problems that someone really has. Some people would look into, for example, how to educate or how to help digitally illiterate people to work with applications and to use them in their day-to-day life. Others will look into, for example, how to optimize processes in HR in terms of hiring, training, motivating, promoting, and so on. And then third would maybe look into how to make managers better managers by AI and coaching. But the main important thing was that these were really problems that someone really has and is ready to pay for. And then the third observation I have is capitalizing on expertise. So each of the entrepreneurs was an expert in one area of life, and they would really leverage the knowledge they have, the network, the expertise, and they would really work on developing a solution that they know and are convinced that will be really helping people in that area. So if you look into this and if you're asking yourself, so great, these are the trends, but what can I do now? I mean, if we go into the reverse order, the first thing you can do is you can think of what do you really know about, right? Like where is your domain expertise and where do you feel an expert that can provide solutions for others? Then the second thing would be look for the real problems, like what are people actually going to pay for? Where are you solving a problem where there is a pain point where someone, a company or a person will eventually pay for to solve it, right? And then the third one is really just go for it, right? Like I said, I mean, it was really inspiring to be around these determined entrepreneurs who are really going places, right? Like they're going to launch this business and it's going to be successful. You can just act the same way. You can already create a working company and like a company that is going to grow globally, right? And then, I mean, if you think about it, all the startups and all the different topics I saw, and later on I can publish, maybe I can share a little bit more on the different topics that entrepreneurs work on. But generally, there was no area of life that wasn't tackled in one way or another by AI. So AI was everywhere and everyone was thinking of how to apply it to solve day-to-day problems. And I'm not saying that in order to scare you and to say, hey, all the problems that one could solve are already being tackled by someone. I'm rather saying, well, there are opportunities everywhere. So you just have to look at them and think of what is an area that someone is still not tackling or still not solving well enough, and where you believe that potentially you can bring value. And another learning is that it doesn't have to be, B2B or B2C. Like I wouldn't specialize myself, or like I wouldn't limit myself to a particular segment. Just think of an area where you have superior knowledge compared to others, right? So, like I said, many experts, many young professionals here are coming from B2B areas, and they do have the domain expertise because, for example, they're doing 5 years of manufacturing, so they kind of know a lot about it. But some of them, for example, are in the B2C segment, and they might feel, obsessed or kind of, they might feel expert on discovering outfits of actors from movies and trying to find them and buy them and wear them, right? So if they are very good at that, and if they're kind of specializing in this, they're looking into how to create an application that can help other people do the same. And even if you look into regulated industries, there you could also be an expert, right? Like imagine, even if you're on the user side, if you are supposed to work a lot with different administration services, apparently you know a lot about it, and then you have the opportunity to create a solution that helps other people who know less about it. A solution that's helpful, a solution that saves them time, saves them cost, and then potentially monetize that, right? The most important thing is that you do have the expertise and the confidence to build a solution and to market it, right?
Okay, so I hope it was useful. As you've seen, the main two trends that they were talking about, the first one that's many of the startups were focusing on were baby boomers. This is an increasing segment, increasing population with definitely kind of digital needs, large digital needs. Many people need to be upskilled. They need to understand how to use technology, because the more innovative companies you have that apply this technology, the bigger the need there is for baby boomers to understand it. And like I also mentioned in the video, it's not only about elderly people, it's also about people our age who still maybe sometimes don't understand the technology that generations younger than us are using. And the second one was about AI. So when we talk about AI, it's not only about the shiny apps that can produce some pictures. It's not about asking a question and receiving a smart answer. It's all about the infrastructure, everything that is needed for AI to work properly, to work ethically, to work, right? So I hope these trends were useful. I hope it was also useful to understand how entrepreneurs think about pricing and how do they define their go-to-market strategy, and like they define even the business model based on the largest gaps between where is the need is the biggest and where the resources are the most expensive ones. So I hope that was useful, and there is something to get inspiration from and to apply to your business model. Now, I think the most important question that everyone has right now is, okay, so you provided some trends, and now what, right? Like, do we just leave everything we're doing and we jump on the trend and we try to create a business, or do we stick with our business? So my short advice will always be depends on what you want, right? Like I said, you could still be going for the zero waste cafe, or you could be going for the jumping on the latest trend where the financing is, where the excitement is. You decide. One thing we can do, there is another video where I'm explaining the different parameters or dimensions across which you could evaluate your idea and decide which idea makes more sense for you to engage with. But in the meantime, I would say the shortest solution will be if you already have an idea that has traction, that's working very well, just keep working on it, push as hard as you can, and I'm sure that it's going to be a success. And then once you arrive at the level of success that you want, there are so many options for you to, for example, have an exit, find some managers, start a new project, and so on. Now, if you're still trying to pick up some ideas and like still don't know what to work on, then it's different, right? Like then what you can do is evaluate some of these ideas. I hope there are several ideas originating now from what I just presented to you at say at the HBS. So I hope that okay, I'll do that again. Now, it's different if you don't have an idea and if you're still looking for an idea. There are so many. I hope I managed to provide you with many ideas you can work on, many areas that you can search for, and ideas and opportunities. So I would say just list some ideas, evaluate them, and like I said, I'll link the video to how to evaluate multiple ideas and how to decide which one is the right for you to engage on or to engage with. So do this analysis, then you can decide, and then you can start validating and testing in order to know that this is really the right idea. So I hope that was useful. I normally, similar to every other time, would ask you for three things to help me, help yourself, and help someone else. So first of all, share this video with someone who wants to see the trends, who needs to hear that thing about selecting your own idea or kind of selecting a more, let's say, less AI based idea, or working on where the hype is and where the big money is and where the big expectations are. Number two, subscribe to this channel. The more subscribers we have, the easier for me it is to invite brilliant people and to get a yes from them so that they join here, they can share their knowledge, and we can all learn from them. And number three is try out one thing that we talked about here. So maybe try to make this analysis of your ideas or try to rethink your business model in the sense of, am I targeting the right segment? Is this the industry, or is this the client segment that really has the biggest need and really like the hard for them is the hardest to satisfy the need that they have, right? So just evaluate that, and maybe that inspires you to find an even more profitable segment. So thank you very much, and see you soon.